So I've talked about this watch on my channel a number of times in a few different videos where I'm talking about top affordable watches. It is a new Timex, a Q Timex with stone dials. I have the malachite version hands-on to show you guys. I'm very excited about this watch because it offers something a little bit different in a very affordable package. These are real stone dials. There are 3 different versions available. And like I said, I have the malachite that I'm going to show you today. So let's flip the camera and take a look hands-on at one of Timex's recent releases. It's the malachite version of the Q Timex. So another day, another Timex. I love Timex and I really love what they've been doing lately. I've said that in a number of videos, but here is another watch that I think is kind of under the radar. I haven't seen any reviews or anyone talking about this watch. It is a 36mm version of the Q Timex, and it gets a stone dial. So this is the malachite version. There is a lapis version and a tiger eye version. The tiger eye version, very, very interesting because it gets like a brown black dial. You can't even see the Q Timex logo on that version, or as well as you could see it on this version. And it just looks good. All 3 of them are actual stone dials. You also get a stretchy band on here versus the mesh bands or the new bracelets that they're using on the Q Timex. This actually looks really good. It goes very well with the case. I would say maybe better than even the mesh bracelets. Yes, these will pull hairs, but they look really good. So if you don't have a hairy wrist, this is not going to be a problem for you. These get a quartz movement. So of course it's a Q Timex. That means it is a quartz watch. You also get a green bezel. That's an aluminum insert, and it has gold numbers on that bezel. The markings are in gold, and you also get a bi-directional bezel, which is friction fitted. And of course, because this is a Q Timex, you're getting a domed boxed acrylic crystal, as you can see, and there is black on the side of that bezel. It's an integrated bracelet watch. It wears slightly larger than its dimensions. So this is a 36mm watch. I would say it wears like a 37mm watch. And I believe the standard time-only version of the Q Timex is around 38mm, I want to say. However, they get a day date. This does not get a day date. So if you are not a fan of that, this is the watch to go for. And if you have a slightly smaller wrist, that standard Q Timex might be a little bit big on you. This will wear very nicely. And I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I will show you this on my wrist because it does wear well. This is a 36mm watch, spot on at that bezel and at the case. It's around 12.5mm thick. That's including that boxed domed acrylic crystal, and then you have under a 43mm lug to lug. You could probably put this on a strap, but I wouldn't. I would leave it on this bracelet because it looks really good. It is a PVD coated case, but it might be ion plated. I can't find information on that, so eventually it will scratch. But these are very affordable, especially considering you're getting an actual piece of malachite on that dial. And because it's real malachite, all of the dials will be different. No dial will be like the next. So that is really cool as well. You're getting a very unique watch from Timex, and it's a cocktail watch. So these are very popular these days and usually cost a lot more money than this watch does. This comes in at $199, and you can get that 15% off. You could actually get this shipped to your house for like $189, somewhere in that range. That is a very good price considering how good looking this watch is. And speaking of good looking watches, I wore my Baltic today. This is the Prismic with the stone dial. This is a jade dial. This is a watch that costs over $1,000, actually well over $1,000, I believe. It's exactly the same size. It's around 36mm. However, it does wear a little bit larger because this is sort of like an integrated bracelet because it has those curved ends on the bracelet and it does fit to the case. So it does wear a little bit like a cuff. So it wears slightly larger than its dimensions. That being said, I think it works really well on my wrist, and so does that Q Timex. I'm going to show you that right now. And there it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. This is listed under the women's section on the Timex website. However, I have spoken directly to Timex, and they have told me that this is a men's or women's watch. So it's a unisex watch. I mean, I went on, I bought it because I thought it was really just a really good looking watch. And I see a lot of other brands making watches in this size, just like the Baltic, and charging a lot more money for them. Yes, the Baltic is of higher quality because you are getting a Swiss hand wound movement and, you know, sapphire crystal, a really beautiful bracelet. Big differences between the two watches, but this gives you a taste, just a taste of what that watch is. And it's actually a pretty big taste of what that watch is for a fraction of the price, literally almost the tax that you would pay on a watch like that, like a $2,000 watch or something like that. So awesome, awesome watch. And if you can get past the fact that they only have this on the women's section, then it's really not that big of a deal. It's an excellent watch, and it's definitely unisex. You can see I have a 7.5-inch wrist. This does not look out of place at all. Like I said, it wears like a 37mm watch. 37mm is a perfect size for someone who's looking for a watch that isn't very big and wears really well and very comfortably. And you can see the bracelet fits me perfectly as well. It fits me basically out of the box. So if you have a larger than a 7.5-inch wrist, you will have a little bit of a problem with this. It will stretch a little bit. That might be uncomfortable. If you have a smaller than 7.5-inch wrist, this will work fine. So this is a Q Timex. It does get loomed. So the indices and hands are loomed. That is excellent. I'm really impressed by this watch, especially for the price. And I do want to mention that bracelet is adjustable, so you can remove links. So I would say if you have a 7.5-inch wrist, no hesitation. Anything larger, I would try and find one to try on before purchasing it because it might be uncomfortable. But again, if you have a smaller wrist, this is not a problem, and you can remove links if you have a much smaller wrist. A beautiful watch and a really great gift idea as well. Like I said, I saw it, I bought it immediately. I know my wife will probably steal this watch from me. However, I really do like it, and I have worn it a few times already. I think it's really cool. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Am I wrong about this watch? Am I just crazy? I know I buy a lot of Timex, and I feature a lot of Timex here on my channel. That's because I really love the brand and I really love what they're doing. And this is sort of another thing that they're doing, that they're just trying to do different things. And you can get different dials and just a good look for a very good price. I really like the lapis blue dial. The fact that you can get a lapis blue dial for, you know, under $200 is great. And then the Tiger Eye is probably my third favorite. I think it looks really good, but it's brown. I kind of like the green and then the blue and then of course the brown. But there you go. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. Thank you for checking out this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.